Now we're going to go back up to the Mythos phase. So place 1 Doom on the agenda. Got it. Advance the agenda if Doom threshold is satisfied. Nope. Each investigator draws 1 card from the top of the encounter deck. So we'll start with Wendy again. And... oh man. Okay. So attached to your location, limit 1 per location. Attached location gets +2 Shroud. Oh man. Okay, so this is 4. It jumps up to 6. Okay, so that's not the location you want that. That's actually really bad. So we're going to go ahead and attach this to here. This location becomes basically a 6 Shroud, so I'm going to really have to grab something that'll help me search that a little easier, or I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work. Oh, and then when I flip this over, it gets 4 clue tokens on it, 2 per each investigator. Okay. So that is that. All right, so we did Wendy. Now we're going to go ahead and do Roland Banks encounter card. Test for intellect. Let's see here. Okay, so I have to get a score of 3 or higher. And then for each one that I fail by, I take 1 horror. I have a card here that actually gives me 2 to the intellect ability. So I'm going to use that, jump it up to 5. And then actually this one says if the test is successful, I get to draw a card. So right now I'm at 5. I need to beat 3. Okay, I've got a 0, so that's perfect. So this goes away. I passed it. And then, like the card said, I get to draw a card because I passed it. And, okay. Get another dexterity card, which really doesn't really help me out too much. But anyway. All right. So we're going to go into our investigators and see if there's... something I can use to... you know what? I'm going to have to draw a card. Since that is so high, I'm going to use my first action to draw a card, gain some resources. Okay. So I can basically discard this and gain 3 resources, but I've got a lot of those. Second card, I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Okay. So this has the question mark stats in the upper left-hand corner, so I can use that to kind of bump up my intellect. Man. Okay, and then for my third, I'm just going to keep drawing cards because I need to get something here. Okay, I got an overpowering test, which basically it's, if I use my combat skills, I can add 2 to the combat skill test, and then I can draw a card if I succeed. So nothing real crazy in there. I'm going to go ahead and move Roland 1, 2. This was not a good card to put on that, so just so you know, that was a very unlucky draw. So I'll go ahead and... I don't know where that card came from. We'll just put that over there. I might have shuffled some cards into my discard pile by accident, so I apologize for that. Got a lot of stuff to keep track of. So her turn was done. Roland moved 1, 2. And then for his last turn, I am going to go ahead and draw a card. I need to get something to kind of help me get the clue tokens off of that. And I got a tome, which is an item I can equip. Choose an investigator at your location. That investigator searches the top 3 cards of his or her deck, draws it, and then shuffles the remaining cards into his or her deck. So that's kind of a good ability there, but it's not going to really help me out right now. So, okay, that's his third action. We flip him over. And then we're going to kind of go on from there. Okay, so on to the enemy phase. There's no enemies. And then we're going to go to the upkeep phase where we flip our investigators over. Then we're going to ready all exhausted cards. We're going to grab a resource token for each one of our detectives. We're going to draw a card for each one of our detectives. Okay, nothing good, nothing yet. I need a magnifying glass. It's kind of what I'm looking for. It helps you search. So it'll help kind of negate the, get rid of this. So once I successfully get one search on it, it goes away. So that's kind of how that works. So we've done all this. We don't have 8 cards, I don't believe. No. Nope. Okay, so we're going to go back up to the Mythos phase, and we're going to go ahead and put a Doom token on that. Doesn't advance because it needs 7. We're going to draw a encounter card for Wendy, and we're going to test her her willpower. That's what that is. So I need to pass a 4 or higher willpower test. If I fail, choose and discard 1 asset you control. If you cannot, take 2 damage instead. Ooh, so that means the bat will have to go if I don't pass this. Yep. So she has a base stat of 4. So I need to basically get lucky and try to pull something good out of this bag. So we'll see what happens. If I lose the bat, I'm not too worried about it. Roland is kind of the go-to guy. Okay, so I drew a bad one. This is an automatic fail. So that's kind of how that works. So I'm going to get rid of that. And then the only asset I have equipped is the baseball bat. I will put it into there. And that is that. So now we'll draw an encounter card for Roland over here. And oh man, we drew another ghoul minion. So you know what? This may actually be good, because if I kill him, remember, I get to grab one off there. And then I think, let me see here. It says successfully investigated, but I don't think I would, even if I grab one off there with him after I kill this guy, I don't think I get to remove this. So that is just how that works. So, all right. Okay, so it's on to the investigators. And let's see here. I'm going to use Roland, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use this card to bump up his fight or his combat skill to 5. So I'm going to get rid of that. This automatic that I'm going to use is going to go ahead and bump that up to 6. And if I succeed, I get 2 damage, which will automatically kill him. And then his ability will let me grab a clue off there. So I got a 3. So I'll put that back in the bag. I succeeded. I got over a 2. So he dies, goes away, and then I get to grab a clue off of here. So awesome. And that was my first action for Roland. Then with my second action, I am going to draw a card out of here. Okay. I'm going to use this to increase his base stat up to 5. So I'll get rid of that. Then I am going to have Wendy use this to bump it up to 6, 7. There's 2 question marks. So that's how that works. And then I'm actually going to discard one of my favorite cards, Leo DeLuca, the Louisiana Lion, and I'm going to bump that up to 8. So I really need to get lucky and try to get the clue off of here. So let's see what I get here. Okay, boom, awesome. Okay, I got a +1. So that's good. So basically I get a clue for that. This goes the heck away. So we'll put that over there. And then this drops down to a shrouded ability of 4. Then with my last action, I am going to try and, well, actually I shouldn't even do that because He's got a base skill of 3. This is 4, so I'd have to get really lucky. Just draw another card and see what happens. Okay, I got a knife. So not really going to help me, but it is what it is. All right, so he's done. Flip him. Then let's go over to Wendy. Let's get some cards drawn for her. So first action, I'm going to draw a card. Oh, and I get a flashlight. That's exactly what I needed. Okay, second action, I'm going to equip this. It costs 2 resources. And then it says to put 3 resource tokens on it to kind of use as how many uses I can use for it. So, and then with my third action, I'm going to spend a flashlight resource token action thingamajigger, and it's going to drop the shrouded level by 2 for this. So it's going to drop down to 3. Or excuse me, it's going to drop down to 2, and I have a base skill of 3. And then I'm going to go ahead and play this card and bump my skill up to 4. And I'm going to go ahead and see what I can get. Oh man, automatic fail. Okay. So that was her last action. Or actually, she has a special ability where I can discard 1 card from my hand and cancel that chaos token out and return to the bag and reveal a new chaos token. I'm going to get rid of this emergency cache or cache, whatever it is. And I'm going to put it over there, get rid of it, because I already got resource tokens. I'm good on those. And I'm going to go ahead and draw a new one. So, okay. So please, please, please. Okay, 0. Okay, much better. Awesome. So she's going to get that. And then I think I had last turn I had enough to progress this. I probably should have done it, but we have to be in the hallway. And then if I do clear this out, I get an experience point, which will help me upgrade my cards to next turn. So, all right. So that's it for their investigator phase. So now there is no enemies, and we are going to go ahead with the upkeep phase. So we're going to reset our individuals. And we're going to go ahead and grab a resource token for each of us. We're going to draw a card. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. So this is one of the basic weakness cards that you put into here, and it's just bad. No 2 ways around it. So it's paranoia, and then it says just basically revelation, discard all of your resources. So we get rid of that right away, and all these beautiful resources of Roland's. See those? They're gone. So those cards can really hit you pretty hard. Make the game interesting, but at the same time, that wasn't very fun. All right, so we've gotten our resource token and our card. I don't think Roland he's got 6, so we're good to go. We're gonna throw a doom onto the top part here. I think I need to throw a doom up on there. Then we are going to, it doesn't progress. We're going to go ahead and draw an encounter card for Wendy. Okay, place 1 doom on the current agenda. And if it can advance, it can advance, but it doesn't have the amount of doom to progress. So there's that. Okay. So now we're going to draw an encounter card for Roland. And we're going to test his agility, which is actually his weakest stat. So for each point I fail by, I am going to have to, yeah. Oh, and I don't think I took a damage when I moved into here a while ago. So boom, we'll put that right on there. Okay, so he actually does have a agility card. And then if I successfully pass, draw 1 card. So 1, 2, and then I'm going to throw this one in there also. So that's 3. So that's going to bump him up to 5. And we're going to go ahead and see if he can pass this test. And then for each point I fail by, I take a damage. So, oh God. You know what? I don't know how much that I fail by. It could be a 0. Let's just say it's a 0. We'll play worst case scenario. I don't know. Leave in the comments if you know exactly what's going on there. So we'll just say that it bumps me down to 0 and I fail. So that would be, I failed by 3, so I'll put 3 damage on him. So he's down to 5 hit points left for damage, so not very good. That was horrible. So we'll get rid of this encounter card, move it on up. Now our players are going to go. And let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and try to grab this off there with Wendy. And then I have a card. Whenever it says fast, you can play it and it doesn't cost an action. So that's really good. And it says play after you fail a skill test by 2 or less while investigating. So basically I can play this after I botch it, or I can actually play it, beforehand and just use the book ability, which I think I will. So I'll bump my stat up to 5, and then I'll actually use a resource on the magnifying glass. So she's up to 5, and then this is down to 2. Got to do math. Okay. This is -1 if I fail take a horror. So that drops my stat down to 4. I still pass. So I get this last one. I succeed, so I don't take a horror. So I am going to put that right back into the bag. And then for her last action, I'm going to go move into here. And then I'm going to draw a card. Okay. That's it for her turn. Roland is going to move into here. And I'm going to draw a card. And I got his special weapon, Roland's 38 special, very cool. And last action, I'll go ahead and I'll grab a resource since that other stupid card kind of robbed me of all mine. So that's it for him. We'll flip him over. And that is going to be it for us. There's no enemies on the board. And let's see here. We'll go into upkeep. We'll flip. Everybody grabs a token. We each draw a card. Ooh, okay. So this is her basic weakness that I just drew. Choose and discard all but 1 card from your hand. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that because she's not a fighter. And this one has the question mark stat up here, so I can use it for any test. So that kind of sucked, but there we go. And then we'll draw a card for Roland. I got a knife. Okay, we got our cards, our resource. We go back up to the Mythos phase. We're going to put that on there. Doesn't advance. We will... and then I'm sorry. At the end of the round, when the round ends, so we'll take this off. We'll play by the books. When the round ends, investigators in the hallway may, as a group, spend the required number of clues to advance. So we need 6. So we're going to take 5 from Roland and 1 from Wendy. And we're going to pay these over there. And basically this is going to be progressed. Or it's going to progress along with the act card. Okay. So using the barrel from the attic, you carry ice and snow from the cellar, hurl it at the barrier. The barrier sparks and shudders as it consumes the ice, then hisses and fades out of existence. So the barrier blocking the passage to the parlor is vanished. Reveal the parlor. So we're going to flip it over, and then we're going to put Lita Chantler into play into the parlor, and then spawn the set aside Ghoul Priest into the hallway. Okay, so these are where the cards that we had put away, we're going to go ahead and spawn them. So she goes into the parlor, I believe, and then the Ghoul Priest goes into the hallway, and then he has the prey marking here, and he's going to target the highest strength. So that's going to be, or highest combat ability. So it's going to be Roland right there. So, and then his health is 5. And then that's per investigator. So we have 2. So he has 10 health, and then he has 4 strength. So he's going to be a tough cookie to hit. And then he is engaged currently onto Roland because he's targeting the strongest, basically, investigator here. So that's going to be Roland. So we'll put him right there. And that is not good. He's kind of low on health. We'll see how this plays out. I might actually die. And then obviously this card goes over here. And then a woman with a torch stands in the parlor, a glimmer of hatred in her eyes. What have you done to my barrier? She screams furiously. Before you can answer, a ghastly wail sound. What does that say? A ghastly wail sounds behind you, and a creature wearing robes and a deer skull mask tears through the wall, advancing towards you. Objective: if the ghoul priest is defeated, advance. Okay. So we got to kill that bad boy. Okay, so we're going to go all the way up to the top, Mythos phase. We're going to go ahead and put that Doom token onto there. It's getting close. So it doesn't advance. We're going to draw a counter card for Wendy Adams. And just what I didn't need to see, it's a ghoul minion. So we're going to go ahead and, since she drew it, it's going to be attached to her. Okay. And then for, let's see here, Roland, I'm going to draw one of these cards, and Revelation, put dissonant voice into play in your threat area. You cannot play assets or events. At the end of the round, it goes away. Oh, that's not good. Okay. So I can't play assets or events. So basically, all of my cards. I can still play them for the skill value, I believe. I just can't actually... yeah, that's not good. So we'll see what happens. So Lita Chantler is actually kind of a unique character. I think you can actually, if I can get somebody over here, I can pick her up and then she'll help out I can put her into my little ally area and she'll help out the area. While you control Lita Chantler, each investigator at your location gains 1 strength. And then whenever an investigator at your location successfully attacks a monster enemy, you can do 1 extra damage to it. And then she's got 3 health and 3 horror. She's very, very good card. Can't really do much with this guy, except for maybe try to run away, which I think I will do. Or maybe I should. The thing is, with this ghoul priest, he has the retaliate. So if I don't hit him or do damage to him, he automatically does damage back to me, I believe. So that is not really what we're looking for here. That's a bad situation, but we'll see how it goes. Ahead with Roland, going to attack with the pistol. I'm going to use one of his ammo right there. And I'm going to play this card, this knife. I'm going to discard it. So his fight goes up to 5. This makes it 6. And then if I hit him, I do an extra point of damage. So I'll do 2 damage onto him. So. Okay, I got a -1. Perfect. So that'll do 2 damage onto him. He has 10 hit points. So I'm not feeling too good about this. We'll see what happens. And then if I do anything besides attack him, he's going to hit me. It's called an attack of opportunity. So it's not good. It's not what you want. I'm going to try again. I have another knife. I'm going to use that. And I bump his combat up to 5. This bumps it up to 6. I'm going to use my last ammo on him. Okay, how many ghouls are at my location? So technically this guy is there, that guy is there, but that is okay. It drops it to 4. I still match his hit points. So it drops it to 4, but I only needed 4. So that's good. That is very good. I do another point of damage. And then with my last action, I really don't. This doesn't have any more ammo. I'm going to get rid of it. No reason to keep it around. And that's it. Yeah, I'm going to keep that. I'm going to pass. Yeah. Because I don't think that I have anything that can kill him. So that's not good. Okay, so he's done. I'm going to go ahead and forfeit my last action. So, and then with Wendy, I'm going to go ahead and try to evade him. So when you evade somebody, it basically disengages them, and her agility is 4. This guy's a 2. So I need to get a -1 or a -2 or a 0 or a +1. Okay, so I got a -1. So that'll be my first action. Go ahead and disengage this guy. So he's at the location, but he's not engaged with anybody. And he actually won't attack next turn. He'll just ready and engage into somebody else. That's how that works. And with her second action, I'm going to go ahead and draw a card. Okay, that's good. That's actually good. And then with her third action, go ahead and draw another card. Okay, so that's it for her. All right. Oh man, it's not looking good. I don't feel too good about this, but we'll see what happens. So we are going to go to the enemy phase. So this guy's locked onto here. He's going to do 2 damage and 2 horror onto him. So boom, boom. Take that. So he only has 3 health and 2 horror left. So 1 more hit from him and it's not going to be good. And then this guy becomes engaged. And then I think I get to pick whoever he gets to engage to. Wendy. I'm going to have him re-engage with Wendy. I could be wrong on that. Let me know if I'm wrong on that, but I think that's how you play that. So that's it for that. We're going to flip everybody over. We're going to draw a card for each one of our investigators. Nothing really good there. And then we'll go ahead and give everybody a resource token. And then I don't think we have over 8 cards. Nope. Nope. All right. So then we will move on to the Mythos phase. Okay, we will put 1 Doom onto there. And then we are going to draw, it needs 7. I think it only, 6, so we're good on that. So we will go ahead and draw 1 for Wendy. Frozen in Fear. Okay, the first time you perform one of the following actions, move, fight, or evade, each round it costs 1 additional action. Oh man. At the end of your turn, test for intellect or willpower, excuse me. And then if you succeed, discard Frozen in Fear. Oh, that's horrible. Jesus. Okay, and then we're going to draw for Rolling Banks. And then, so we got another one of the Shrouding cards. So this means that it actually doesn't do anything. It's actually good. So we're not trying to get clues off of this hallway. So we'll put it there. Doesn't do anything. And that is going to be it. Let's see here. I got to make some moves, man. I don't have a weapon equipped and this guy's just coming at me left and right. Okay, so I'm going to be super sneaky. I'm going to play this towards my agility. So my agility goes up to 5. I'm going to try to disengage this guy again. And this is getting a little hairy over here. I do apologize. It's kind of a smaller table, but bear with me. So first action, I'm going to try to evade this ghoul minion. Okay, so I got a automatic success, so that's really good. So he is up here just chilling, and he is unengaged. And then with my next action, I am actually going to, since Roland's about to die, I'm going to engage the Ghoul Priest. And then I am going to, with my last action, try and invade that guy to basically put him in here and then untap him, essentially. So he's got 4. I have a 4. And then I'm going to use this card and bump it up to 6 for my agility. So I'll put that in there. So this is pretty big. If I miss, he's actually going to do damage to me. Okay, so I got a 0. Awesome. So the Ghoul Priest is at this location, unengaged. So I gave him the old runabout. I gave both of them. So that was her 3 actions right there. And then with Roland, oh, and this is gone. It's a new turn, so that's that. And let me see here. Okay, so for Roland, I am going to... I'm going to equip his 38 special. So I need 3 tokens for that. And then it gives me 4 ammo. And it's basically like the 45, so that's just kind of how that works. And, okay. So that was my first action. Now, since I'm in this room, I can actually attack this ghoul priest and try to kill him. Or at least do as much damage as I can to him while he is there. And he will not actually retaliate back. So that's one of the good things about disengaging your enemies. Okay, so with my second action, I'm going to go ahead and attack the ghoul priest right here. Okay. So he is at a 5. And I am going to bump it up to 6. I'm going to use this card with Wendy. I can play a card towards his attack. So we'll bump it up to 6. Oh, an automatic fail. Okay, so that's really bad. That's wasted. Okay. So, and then I used an ammo for that. So for my next action, I'm going to do the same thing, and Wendy's going to go ahead and use this card to bump it up to 6 again. And there's nothing really I can play, so. All right. Okay, so number of ghouls at your location, so 2, it drops it down to 4. I still hit him. So he does takes another 2 damage, so he is going to have 6 damage points. So he's almost done. All I got to do is kill him, but it's not looking too good. Okay. So I think that was his third action. And we'll put that right there. And we're going to go ahead and... These guys are both unengaged. I gave him the shimmy shake with old Wendy. So no enemies are going to attack. They are going to activate. And let me see here. Okay, yeah, that'll just happen now. So he obviously goes towards the highest combat ability, which is Rolling Banks, unfortunately, at this moment. And then this guy, I believe, I'm going to go ahead and put onto Wendy. Give everybody a resource. We're going to draw a card for each person. Okay. All right, and then on to the Mythos phase. We're going to go ahead and place 1 Doom onto the agenda, and oh man, that is going to progress it. So we'll take all these off, and then we're going to go ahead and flip it. A feral beast, roughly humanoid with canine cast and hooves for feet, tears through the ground in front of you. Below the floor, you can see vast tunnels beneath your house. Fiendish howling echoes from deep within underground caverns. Oh, crap. Okay, so shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a ghoul is discarded. The lead investigator draws that enemy. Okay, so that is pretty horrible. So we'll put that to the side there. We're going to take all the encounter cards, shuffle them up, and we're going to draw until a ghoul enemy is discarded. So, okay, so first off, we're going to go ahead and this is going to be onto the lead investigator. So Wendy Adams is going to take that. I think I'm going to die this turn. I'm going to be very honest with you. Okay, so that came right on top. That was really lucky. If not, we would have discarded. If it was something weird like adding Doom, we would have just thrown it over there until a ghoul was drawn. Luckily, we just real quick and easy drew it, and then it's she's the lead investigator, so she drew that essentially, and now it is on to this. Okay, So you hear a crazed howl outside, and suddenly all the creatures turn their attention to that sound. They rush to escape the house, breaking down doors and clawing at everything in their way. Forced at the end of the phase, each unengaged ghoul enemy moves one location towards the parlor. Okay, and then forced at the end of the round, place one doom on the agenda for each ghoul enemy in the hallway. Okay, so we need to kill this ghoul priest and get him out of there ASAP. All right, so let's see what happens. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so essentially if I hit him twice with Roland's 38, then I can win the mission, but we'll see how that goes, because if I take 2 more horror here, so the next time he hits me, it's basically over. So, oh man, that is bad. That is not good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with Wendy Adams first, draw a card, which is not good. It means that basically these 2 guys are going to hit me, I believe. So that's 2 damage and 2 horror. But I need to get something that can possibly help out Roland to kill this ghoul priest. So he's got 6 damage. He only needs 4 more damage left, and that is going to be it. So I'm going to... okay. So play when you would fail a skill test, +2 to your skill value for that test. That is awesome. That is great. That is exactly what I needed. Okay, but I do take 2 damage, and I take 2 horror from that onto her. So that is it. And then with the ghoul minion, I guess I'm going to try to evade that guy with my second action. So I have a base skill of 4. I got a -1, so that is evaded. And then I will try to do the same thing with the ravenous ghoul priest. So go ahead and do that. Okay, so boom. That was actually really good. She's shaking people left and right. That's awesome. So we'll put that back. She is done. And then here's the big thing. I think if I don't kill him this turn, or if I miss, he is actually going to die. Because if I take 2 more horror, which he will do to me, I'm going to die. So I think I got some things up my sleeve here. So let's see what happens. And I only have 2 shots left. That's how many I need to kill him. This is kind of stressful. So we'll see what happens. So I'm going to play my machete card, which gives me an extra strength. So it's up to 5 with the 38 special. I'm going to do 6. So that uses 1 ammo. So he's up to 6. This guy has a 4 for toughness. So I need a 2 or higher. Or excuse me, a -2, a -1, a 0, or a +1. So let's see. Let's see what I can draw here. Okay. Oh, okay. I got a -2. That's really good. Really good. Let's see here. He takes 2 more damage. Okay. And then I'm feeling pretty confident. I think we got this guy because I can play this card of Wendy's, which will add + to it if I fail it. So let's see here. And then I also have this Vicious Blow I'm going to play towards it. So I'm going to play Vicious Blow, and then it actually does +1 damage, so it'll do 3, but I only need 2. So that's up to 5. This makes it up to 6. So let's see here. Oh my god. It's an automatic fail. Okay, so, oh man, that's horrible. I can't believe I drew that. I'm so sad. That's crap. This game sucks. No, I'm joking. So I miss him. If I fail a skill test, get +2 to that skill test. I mean, I don't think it matters. So he would do 2 damage and 2 horror right next to me. So my horror would go up to 5, and he would be taken off the board. And then I just don't know if I have anything left because I'm going to be drawing an encounter card for Wendy. Yeah, this guy's going to come at me. There's 2 ghouls over here. Roland's off the game. He died. Oh man, I can't believe I drew this. This is horrible. That's the one thing that probably I shouldn't have drawn. So if I would have just done 2 more damage, this guy would be done, and I literally would have won the mission. Okay, so in this campaign, I died, and I just wanted to make it clear that, you know, you don't lose the campaign. It just makes the next part of it that you will go to, it'll make it a little more difficult. So you don't want to read this till the end, and hopefully it's a little out of focus so it doesn't ruin anything. But basically, I died, and if I would have kept playing, Wendy would have died also, almost guaranteed. So you would just read through basically what is going on here and find what conclusion you came to, and then there's like resolution 1, 2, and 3. You would find that, and then you would actually go ahead and kind of fill this sheet out here, and then in your campaign notes or cultists we interrogated or cultists who got away, you would just fill it out as it tells you within this little Arkham Horror card game campaign guide. So, oh man, I'm still upset about losing that. I mean, just 1 draw. I think it could have been a -4 and I still would have won. So, you know, that's how it works, and it just makes it more difficult, and you know, difficult is good. You don't want something that's too easy. Yep, so that was basically Arkham Horror. You can see it's really tense. Thanks for sticking through it. I know this looks really scattered around, and I tried to make it as easy and consolidated as possible, but you can see this game is just absolutely awesome. I really loved it. It's one of my first card deck building games, whatever you want to call it. The cards are really good quality. Everything's great. If I messed up anywhere or you have any questions, go ahead and leave it in the comments section. I'm absolutely devastated. I think I might go cry, fetal position, call my mom, something like that. So thanks for watching my video. If you want to see more stuff like this, hit the subscribe button, and stay happy and healthy, and I love you guys. Bye.